Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the month of March 2017. This month, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. But let's see what's going on for you. If the cards would cooperate, that would be a lot easier, but here we go. First card, Overcoming Obstacles, which we'll talk about more. I think that a lot of people will have that feeling this month of overcoming obstacles, getting past difficulties, and moving past those things. So yeah, let's see what's going on for you here. You have the Ace of Spades. I think you guys, you Geminis, get this card a lot. Ace of Spades is a card of overcoming difficulties, overcoming obstacles, and getting past things. So a lot of you, I think, are going to be getting past difficulties with this card, overcoming obstacles, especially after a difficult period of time. Actually, I'm going to pull this card as well. You have the Ten of Spades as well coming up, so I'm going to pull that early, but they're very similar. The Ten of Spades represents, kind of having been through a lot of difficulties, having been through a lot of challenges, but it's kind of like a death card. They both are. Both of these cards are kind of like a death card in that they represent moving past these difficulties and actually being able to move forward. So I think in a lot of ways you're overcoming a lot of difficulties, being able to move forward. I think that you need to take some risks as well in life, in all areas. Anywhere you want something. I mean, the cards are saying that you will have to take a risk to kind of get what you want, but I think that this is a good sign that you're moving past a lot of difficulties. Next, you have another good sign, the Three of Hearts, card of emotional happiness, being happy, being able to kind of just be happy. To me, like I said, it's not maybe not such an exciting card, because to me it just represents happiness, being happy, and it's a very favorable card. It's considered just kind of like a lucky card to have. It can represent having a hard time making a decision in love as well. So a lot of you could be maybe struggling to make some decisions, but it's still not a bad card. It could just be like, you're just not, maybe some of you aren't like sure if you want a relationship, or maybe you just don't, maybe you're trying to pick between two people. Sometimes I think this card could be you trying to pick between two people in a relationship, and maybe just having a little bit of a problem making those decisions. But overall, I always look at it as a very positive card, and I think it means happiness in the end, so there's usually no problems there. This month, definitely watch your health. You have the Three of Spades. Three of Spades says don't overwork yourself. What else do we have here? Yeah, take care of yourself this month, and definitely don't work too hard. Don't overwork yourself and get sick, or anything like that, because this can represent that. It's mostly just a warning card. It just says, be careful and take care of yourself, and nothing will happen. But if you overwork yourself, you could get sick. Next, you have the Five of Spades, needing to take a risk, needing to take some risks in life and do something that's risky. I think for some of you Geminis, this could be the battle between like traditional work and maybe wanting to start your own business. So maybe you have a very strong traditional beliefs that you want to work and you want to have a job and you want to stay there and retire at 65 and all the traditional stuff, but maybe also you have a pull to do business. This can also be a card, and the same thing in relationships. Maybe you're with somebody who maybe traditionally, or maybe based on what society tells you is perfect, but maybe you're like, but they're really not perfect for me. They're not what I want. So it's a card that sometimes that I think is like I said, the battle between those two things, like what everybody else is saying and what you feel. So the trick with this card is to take the risk and do what you feel. Also a card about your health, so definitely watch your health this month. You have two health cards here. Again, they're both warning cards, so they don't say something is going to happen. They just say don't allow something to happen. Next, you have the Seven of Spades, changing your mind. A lot of you could be letting go of certain beliefs this month, changing your mind about things. I talked about this in the 2017 readings. Big year for mind changes. I think we're going to see people changing their minds like in pretty extreme ways. Definitely something that I see in the astrology, mostly because of Neptune throughout the year, and also Jupiter and Uranus opposition this year, I think is, which is really going back to being exact in April, but which I think will cause extreme mind changes. Which could be pretty shocking to people if you're not ready for it. So just know that people around you this month and next month especially I mean, could really surprise you. I think people could surprise you with beliefs as well. The only reason I'm saying this, and the only reason I'm telling people, is because I think astrologically is that it could be very shocking to people as well. Like, things where you find out, maybe, you think that there's somebody who believes one thing, but they actually believe another, in a shocking way. And so, I think there's a lot of surprises. But just stay grounded this month, I would say, and don't get too upset if somebody doesn't maybe conform to your beliefs, or maybe they just shock you in some way. Like I said, I don't think it's a bad thing either. I think it could be a good thing. Next, you have the Four of Diamonds. Very good card for, new jobs, new businesses, and starting new things in general. Even starting new relationships. I mean, even though it's a Diamonds card, it can represent a relationship coming in for you. So it's a great card. It can, even under some card reading systems, it can represent somebody who's interested in you, having somebody who's interested. So that can be nice, but it can also be a card of travel, thinking about traveling, thinking about moving. All of which would probably be good. It's a great year for movement in general. It's great, literally, like in the form of exercise and things like that. It's a great year for health, and it's also a great year for moving, like moving houses, traveling, all those sorts of things. And at the end here, you have the King of Diamonds. Great card for money and being financially responsible this month. Also great for dealing with bosses. This comes up a lot for you Geminis as well. Dealing with bosses, higher-ups, managers, and having those people kind of being like mentors to you and helping you out in some sort of way. So it looks like a very interesting month. People always ask me, there's like a lot of spades cards here. They say, is that bad? And no, the cards, as I always say, have no control over your life. Plus, there are no really bad cards. These cards just represent changes happening for you. But I actually think that it's going to be quite a nice month. It looks good. I would say these changes are going to be positive. So thank you for watching, and enjoy your March.